welcome to the universe within. We'll arrive standing, hands to heart, grounding and finding some present moment awareness. Feeling the heart gently lifting toward the hands, the crown reaching to the sky. Feeling at ease here with the natural rhythms of your life, your heart. We'll bring the arms alongside the body and sweep them out and around on the inhale, maybe gazing up to the hands, palms press to heart center on your exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms out and around. Exhale, draw the hands to heart. One more time with your breath, feeling grounded in the feet. Heart center. We'll explore the law of rhythm in the heart chakra. Coming to the top of the mat, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Nice deep bend in the knees here, getting warmed up. Tuck the tail round up slowly to stand, making sure you're listening to your body. Only do what feels good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, heart center. Hands to low back. Draw those hips forward gently. Heart lifts gently up to the sky for a standing back bend. Playing here for a breath or two before standing up tall, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Nice deep bend here. Half lift on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back now rises you up to stand, arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands come back to the low back. Gently draw those hips forward, heart shines up to the sky. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, long spine. Coming to that high plank shape. We'll drop the knees down, untuck the toes. Elbows stay close to the side as you lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes and move into table, maybe a quick child's pose. And we'll move into a melting heart shape. So hips stack over knees, draw those arms forward, heart melts down to the earth. Invite a softening here. Trust in the divine timing of your life. Coming back to tabletop here. And we'll play with a little cat and cow. Inhale, draw the belly down. Exhale, round the spine up to the sky. Inhale, draw the belly down. Exhale, round. And just moving with the rhythm, moving with the breath, moving in ways that feel nourishing. Left hand plants, right arm reaches up, and then threading the needle just for a moment. Inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, thread the right arm under. Press through that left palm. Inhale, twist. Exhale, come back to table. We'll tuck the toes and come into downward facing dog. Bending and straightening into the knees. Any intuitive movements are welcome here. Remember, listen to your body and only move in ways that feel nourishing. Gently taking small steps, bringing the feet toward the hands, meeting in half lift shape at the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Take the hands to the Achilles heel, the backs of the calves here. Inhale, long spine. Allow the hands to draw up the backs of the legs. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, heart center. Bringing hands in pretend back pockets again, drawing the hips forward, heart shines up to the sky for a standing back bend. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, high plank. Drop the knees, untuck the toes, come down to the belly. Inhale, find a cobra. Exhale, lower down. Moving back to tabletop for a few more cat and cows. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale around the spine. Maybe you tent the fingers here for some finger strength as you move through a few rounds of cat-cow with your breath, with your rhythm. Yeah. And then inviting the right hand to plant, left arm sweeps up, twisting to the left a little bit. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, left arm reaches, twist. Exhale, thread the needle. Reaching that heart over to the left. Exhale, thread the needle. Yeah, and we'll come back to table. And then tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Once more, bending and straightening into the knees. Finding strength as the shoulders draw down along the back. And once again, tippy toe, feet toward hands. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Take the hands to the Achilles heel. Forward fold. And then hands draw along the backs of the legs, keeping the shoulders down away from the ears, long spine as you rise to stand. Reach the arms up on the inhale. Exhale, heart center. Trusting in divine timing, honoring all parts of our natural cycles, the ebbs and the flows. Coming into some standing twists, right hand to heart, left arm reaches back. And alternate. One hand to the heart, other arm reaches back, standing twist. Other hand to heart, arm reaches back, standing twist. Hands to heart, take a breath. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower down, maybe that full chaturanga dandasana. Coming into that upward facing dog and to downward facing dog. Right leg is going to reach up to the sky, maybe opening the hip. And then we'll invite the foot to come between the hands, drop that back heel, open up the hips to the long side of the mat, coming into warrior two, teeing out the arms, finding strength, radiance, devotion. Inhale, reaching that right arm up overhead for a little exalted warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm to leg. Yeah, left arm reaches up and over. Peeling that top shoulder back, shining the heart. We're going to interlace fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift the heart forward. Exhale, nice strong legs as you bow diagonally in a humble warrior for this warrior two shape, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, reach, unfurl the arms, standing again in warrior 2. Lift that heel of that right foot for a moment, and then move into tabletop. Cat and cow here, maybe a tented finger with cat-cow. Inhale, lift the head, exhale, draw the head down. Feel into the front of the heart drawing down and the back of the heart up. Yeah, that cat pose is great for the back of the heart chakra to get a nice shine. Moving into downward facing dog. This time the left leg will rise, maybe opening the hip for a moment, three-legged dog. And then we'll draw the left foot between the hands, drop that back heel and rise up, opening the hips to the long side of the mat for warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Teeing out the arms, looking out over that left middle finger or beyond. Sinking those hips down and coming into the exalted warrior, getting a nice side stretch for left side of body. And then that right arm is going to reach overhead as the forearm comes to the leg for extended side angle. Coming back to warrior 2, interlacing fingers, shine the heart, inhale. Exhale, we're going to draw the chest forward a little diagonally for a humble warrior. Maybe the fingers The hands come away from the low back. Inhale, reaching back up, arms reach up overhead, maybe lift the heel for a little pointed toe there. And then moving into tabletop. Finding a nice stack of the joints here. This time we're going to ground through that left hand and reach the right arm up and then thread the needle through. So this time we're holding the threaded needle. Maybe the left hand stays where it is, or maybe wrap that left arm across the low back. And maybe find a little bit of gentle rocking with the hips here. Bring that left hand back, press through, unfurl the right arm up to the sky, twisting, inhale. Exhale, both palms down. Left arm reaches up now, exhale, threading through. Yeah, stay where you are with that left hand or that right hand, or wrap it along the low back. Maybe rocking gently side to side with the hips, just tuning into that constant rhythm of our body, of this life. Unfurling when you feel ready. Tuck the toes, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Intuitive movements are welcome here, maybe getting some neck rolls in. Yeah. We're going to take a deep bend in the knees and then straighten the knees. Deep bend, maybe look at the thumbs and straighten back to downward dog. One more time. 2 more times. And then maybe you take that same posture and then hop up to a half lift shape at the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Take the hands to the Achilles heel. Long spine as the hands draw along the backs of the legs. And we'll meet with the hands in the low back, moving right into a gentle standing back bend. Hips draw forward. Torso lifts up out of the hips, getting a nice deep back bend. Heart reaches to the sky. Coming into inhale, standing up tall, arms reach. Exhale, heart, center. The law of rhythm, honoring the cycles, honoring the rest and the action. We'll move twists here. One hand comes to the heart, the other arm reaches back behind. Draw forward, other hand reaches to the heart, other arm reaches back. Beautiful. Reach the arms up on the inhale. Exhale, just a little back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, move through a vinyasa, maybe that full chaturanga dandasana, to urdhva mukha svanasana, to adho mukha svanasana, right into right leg rising, opening the hip, bending the knees, three-legged dog, playing here. Breathing, grounding. Plank crunches, knee comes to the chest as you come into that plank. Back to three-legged dog, back to plank crunch. Maybe we'll lift and drop the knee here. Lift and lengthen into three-legged dog on the inhale. Exhale, we'll move back to warrior two, planting the legs and the feet and rising with radiance. All parts of you working together as one. So with this beautiful law of rhythm, we're going to move into some dancing warriors. So we move from that exalted warrior to the extended side angle, allowing the legs and the feet to keep you steady as you swirl from side to side, tuning into the rhythm. We'll interlace the fingers. Inhale, exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, shine the heart, lift up. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, shine the heart. Exhale, humble warrior. So the legs and the feet stay so anchored and strong here in these movements. We're going to hold this humble warrior and then coming with those hands still bound behind the body to a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, shine the heart. Exhale, slowly lower down, long spine, a little bend in the knees or a big bend in the knees. Maybe the fingers interlaced. Draw away from the back, finding balance in all parts of the feet here. Maybe the head and neck can get a little bit softer. Breathe. Rising up, nice long spine. Take the toes to the corners of the mat for goddess pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend elbows and knees. Draw it down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw it down. Lengthen up. And then cartwheel over that right foot. And we'll move into tabletop. Sit the hips toward the heels. Invite the shoulders to draw down along the back. We're going to lift up that left knee and lift up that right knee. So the tops of the feet are on the mat, and lifting up the knees is going to give it a deeper stretch for the ankles and the tops of the feet. Maybe you lean back and lift both knees up. Maybe you can balance with some core engagement. Back to tabletop, just to tuck the toes under for a toe squat. Hips come toward the heels. Maybe the hands stay down on the mat, coming into some nice wrist stretches. Maybe you feel comfortable off of the hands and you move into some wrist stretches. Maybe interlacing fingers, shining the palms up to the sky, taking a couple of side stretches here, just intuitively moving in ways that feel good. Yeah. Untuck the toes, back in tabletop, pat the tops of the feet on the mat. Moving into downward facing dog. Intuitive movements here. What feels good? Inhale, that left leg rises, open the hip if it feels good. Yeah. And then we'll move into some plank crunches. So inhale, lifting the leg. Exhale, bringing the knee to the chest, crunching the leg. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, crunching. So finding the rhythm between these motions and your breath, your pace. And then we'll just lift and drop the knees in this plank crunch shape. And then inhale, lengthen the leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, planting the feet for that warrior two shape again and rising up strong. Flipping the palms, finding a nice T for the arms, looking out over the front middle finger, reaching the arms up and back, side stretch, moving into side, extended side angle, and we'll dance with the warrior. So moving from side to side, exalted to extended. The feet and the legs are strong as you play with the rhythmic movement of the body. Interlacing fingers, shine the heart. Inhale. Exhale, humble warrior. Draw the shape down. Inhale, lift up, strong legs keeping you steady. Exhale, bow forward. Maybe the hands come away from the back. Inhale, lift, shine the heart. Exhale, bow forward and hold. Holding the posture, but still breathing. And then keeping those fingers interlaced, we'll bring the toes to the long side of the mat. Inhale, reach. Bending into the knees a little bit. Exhale, hinge forward, leading with the heart. The hands can stay at the low back or fingers reach away from the back. Head begins to draw down toward the earth. Finding balance in all parts of the feet here. Engaging the quads. Supremely present in this moment. Feel your heart. Inhale, gently rise to stand. Take the toes to the corners of the mat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, goddess pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, goddess pose. Moving with this nice rhythm. One movement, one breath. Yeah, and then we'll come to frame the foot with the hands and move into tabletop once more. Coming down onto the forearms here and just moving into some intuitive movement on the forearms for a moment. And then moving into another melting heart shape. Heart draws down to the earth as the arms extend forward. Maybe the head can reach the earth. Tent the fingers round, round, round. And then coming to sit hips to heels again with the tops of the feet on the earth. Then maybe you lift up a knee if that feels accessible in your body. A deeper ankle and top of foot stretch one at a time here is a great place to stay. Or you can lean back on the hands, propping both knees up. Or you can engage the core and try the hover. Breathing. Come back to tabletop, tuck the toes under, hips to heels. Maybe taking the toes a little bit wider. And same options apply for wrist stretches. I'm taking the backs of my palms together at heart center. Connecting to the heart. Honoring the rhythms of life. It all belongs. It all belongs. The joy and the sorrow, the light and the dark, the winter and the summer, the blossoming and the fading, the birth and the death. It's all part of the natural rhythm of life. Coming back to downward dog, deep bend in the knee and straighten. Deep bend, look at the thumbs. And straighten. Deep bend and straighten. This is that prep to attempt the hop up to the half lift shape at the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to Achilles heel. Inhale, draw the hands up the backs of the legs, keeping the spine nice and long, shoulders down. Hands hang out in the low back area. Hips draw forward, heart lifts and shines to the sky. Coming back up tall, standing. We'll move into a little bit of standing balance postures. We'll take the weight into the left leg. And then bringing that right knee up, maybe holding onto the knee with both hands. Great place to stay. Finding a drishti, something that's not moving. Maybe you bring the foot behind you and grab hold of it with both hands. Also, great place to stay. If you'd like to try standing bow pulling pose, you're going to grab the inside of that right foot with the right hand. Reach that left arm up to the sky. And then as you exhale, kick into the hand as you counterbalance with that left arm reaching forward. Tune into the heart expanding here. So this is a back bend. Yeah, and then coming out of it when you feel ready, bring that foot forward, lift the toes a little bit higher, bringing the knee into the chest for a little bit more balancing. I'm coming into a half lotus tree pose. You might want to place the sole of the foot in your inner thigh or inner calf, or you can play with half lotus. Yeah, and I'm bringing a bind foot to hand, and then that left hand to heart. Finding the surrender and stability in these balance postures, and also just being kind. So coming out of that, maybe taking a little bit of movement, intuitive movement, rocking side to side. And I'm really going to tune into the law of rhythm here and just see how my body wants to move. And so maybe you just play with the arms sweeping in space, moving the hips from side to side, bringing the arms up overhead. Yeah, and just notice how your body wants to move for a few breaths. Tuning into the natural rhythm and seeing how your body wants to respond to it in this moment. Then we'll come back to a mountain pose. bringing the weight into the right foot, right leg, as you lift the left knee up. Holding the knee in both hands, great place to stay. Bringing the foot behind the body, knees more in line, great place to stay. Or you can practice that standing bow pulling pose, often called dancer's pose, but this is not technically dancer's pose. We're going to grab the inside of that left foot. I like to put my thumb on my big toe. Inhale, reach that right arm up, and exhale, draw the shape forward. So the heart is shining. That right arm is a counterbalance as you kick foot into hand, little back bend with a balanced pose. And when you feel finished, come back out of it. And if you'd like to bring that leg forward and then come into either a tree pose or a half lotus tree pose. Maybe you grab the foot with the hand for the bind, very Ashtanga style. Maybe you grow some limbs if you're in tree pose. Maybe you bring hands to heart. Softening where you're able. Grounding in. Focusing your gaze. Supremely present. Coming out of that when you feel ready, leg lifts and draws down. And I'm taking the feet really nice and wide here, drawing the hips down and moving in a little bit of a Qigong inspired arm sweeping motion. It's like I'm energetically sweeping energy to and from the heart center. Intuitively sweeping arms out and around, bending into knees, giving and receiving. The law of rhythm, the ability to honor the natural cycles. When am I able to give love and when do I need to fill my own cup, right? And so just really honoring. Bringing the hands to the heart. Maybe you can bring a hand to the back of the heart chakra and just give it a nice rub. Just tuning in. The body is always in a constant rhythm. Action and rest. Growing and letting go. Coming to the top of the mat, moving through vinyasa. Hanging out in this upward dog. And then bending the knees, sitting back on the heels, knees close together, draping the torso atop the legs, arms alongside the body, child's pose. Really tuning into the back of the heart chakra here, expanding the ribs on the inhale to find more expansion there, and softening the ribs, really tuning into the back of the heart chakra between the shoulder blades. Coming into a sphinx pose, elbows under shoulders, another back bend. If you've had enough, you can skip it. Opportunity to look out over the right shoulder and look out over the left shoulder. Hips drawing in toward the earth. And then inviting the forearms to create a little pillow for your chin or your cheek. Bend the knees and sweep the feet from side to side. And then maybe right hand reaches for right foot and you come into a little half bow pulling pose. And then maybe left hand reaches for left foot and you come into a little half bow pulling pose. Once again, just coming to center, legs long, and let the hips just sway gently from side to side, rocking the pelvis on the earth here. And then we'll come into full bow pulling pose. Hand grabs for foot on each side. And on your inhale, lift the shape up. Exhale, strengthen. Inhale, lift the shape up, big back bend. Exhale, strengthen. Lift it up on your inhale. And when you've had enough, exhale, slowly lower yourself down to your belly. Everything relaxes down to the earth. And breathe. And feel your heart and your breath. Feel your energy level. Yeah. And then we'll just flip the pancake. So just moving on to the back, gently inviting the knees to draw into the chest if that feels good, maybe hugging around the knees and swaying gently from side to side. Taking all the limbs up to the sky now, rotating wrists and ankles in both directions. All the limbs up to the sky. Flex the toes toward the face. And we'll come into that blissful baby shape, Ananda Balasana. I like my peace fingers around my big toes. You might grab your feet or your legs somewhere. And then draw the soles of the feet together for a bound angle pose, feet lifted off the earth. Can I trust the divine timing of this journey called life? Can I honor the natural cycles of my life, of this planet, of the life cycle more deeply, so that I can be more in tune with the laws of the universe? Come into Shavasana and rest. Taking as long as you wish to come into a space of rest after all of that beautiful action. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.